Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has left his nation's borders for just the second time since Russia invaded nearly 1 year ago. He is in London on a surprise visit and addressed the UK Parliament. It was a speech full of thanks and gratitude and pleas for the UK's military support to continue. During the trip, Zelensky is also meeting with Prime Minister Rishi Sunak as well as King Charles and visiting Ukrainian troops being trained in Britain. Here he is speaking a short time ago.
Your leadership is protecting international legal order through sanctions against a terrorist state cannot be questioned. And we have to steadily continue along this way until Russia is deprived of any possibility to finance the war. After we win together, any aggressor, it doesn't matter, big or small, will know what awaits him if he attacks international order.
Just after Zelensky's speech, I spoke to our correspondent in London, Benedict Pavio. She examined some of the highlights.
As predicted, President Zelensky was fulsome in his praise in the support, he said, from day one to Kyiv in this Russian aggression, this Russian war. He called Russia a terrorist state. He thanked and thanked and thanked and thanked again the United Kingdom, Boris Johnson, Rishi Sunak, the King, also when he was Prince of Wales, for all the assistance, the training, the money, the equipment that the United Kingdom has given. He said from the very start that the United Kingdom was courageous. It has understood from the very beginning the seriousness, the gravity of that invasion, the consequences of that invasion. He talked about how the UK had showed up and that it had showed its character, its strong British character, that it had not compromised on its values or indeed on Ukraine's values. He talked about the creation of a special tribunal to judge Russia for this invasion and for its war crimes, and how absolutely crucial to that, once Russia had lost, because he said it would lose, how important it would be for Russia to financially compensate Ukraine for all the destruction. He talked about the training that UK forces, they've already given, helped train 10,000 soldiers, I understand, and will help to train here in the United Kingdom another 20,000 Ukrainian soldiers, about how there's now training for the Challenger 2 tanks that had just been given by the United Kingdom. He talked about how every day we continue to pay with lives of our people. He thanked and said what a great honor it would be to meet, as he will this afternoon, King Charles, and how grateful he was. He then made that interesting analogy how every fighter jet pilot in Ukraine is a king. And he then paused and said, because they are rare, they are precious, and they are our heroes. And I think he really conveyed the gratitude, not just of soldiers, not just of conscripts and those who come to be trained here, but of all the Ukrainian people. And I think that thanks, we could hear resounding applause again and again and again in this speech. Really, both houses of Parliament, the lower chamber, House of Commons, and the House of Lords, if ever they needed more encouragement for the support that they as one have been given across all parties, this was very clearly an extra boost. So a very significant speech before he goes with Rishi Sunak to visit Ukrainian troops who, as the President Zelensky said, will be going back to their country. They have a short training here and then they go to the front line. Very important speech, hugely welcomed, clearly, and I'm sure that it will be very much welcomed across the United Kingdom.